Hey guys, and welcome back to another week of Porsche Cup action here at the Zolder circuit for week 11 in the Porsche Cup car. My name is Matt Emery with Coach Dave Academy. Let's get into the hot lap. So let's get into the hot lap guide then for the Zolder circuit for week 11. Obviously starting on the pit straight here, making sure we're sticking to the right hand side for turn 1 and then braking quite nice and early. It's quite a late apex and late turn in for this one, as you have this sort of initial curve just before the apex. But you're braking just in line with this 100-meter board on the left hand side, you can see up here. And also you've got a nice bit of the marshal post in the wall on the left hand side there as well. Braking about 60% or so, down to third gear, get the car turning quite nice and early just so you make the apex. And you don't want to touch these this green bit of the curb at all, just as it will just throw the car off slightly. Back on the power zone as you can, let the car run out all the way to the edge to the gravel, just carry the exit speed. Get it back across to the left as much as you can, and then you're looking to be towards the middle of the circuit as you come into the braking point and turning in for turn 2. So down to third gear again, then sort of middle of the circuit as you turn in. You want to be about at the middle point as you go across this line. And then still trailing the brake and then back on the throttle. Let the car run out to the curb and get it back across to the right hand side. And then back out to the left hand side again for this next high speed right hander. Fourth gear, a little bit of trail braking on the way in. Just show you that once more. So yeah, braking just at the end of the curb here, or just after. And then you've got a nice bit of tarmac to use on the left as well, just past the white line. And then fourth gear, just trail braking all the way from this point, really gently to not lock the tyres at all. And then back on the power as you get to about this point of the corner. And then you're looking to get about full throttle just as you pass this bit of green tarmac on the apex. Let the car run out again, just make sure you don't touch the gravel here as it will affect your exit speed. And you'll bog down slightly. And then run it back to the right hand side for the next chicane. Now this section is probably the hardest on the whole circuit, just as the curbs are really high here. If you get too much of them, you just go flying, and you can end up spinning out. So braking again, just in front of this 100-meter board on the right hand side, up to about 70-80%. Second gear, don't want to touch too much of this curb, so you're avoiding these white sausage curbs on the inside. Just clipping the apex slightly. And then you can hop over this one quite a bit more. What I say is, as long as your steering's pretty straight and you're on the throttle, you should be fine. If you take any more than this, you're going to end up spinning out into this wall or on the inside here. So just do look out for that one. Get your practice in for this one because it's tricky. You can see how much airtime we got there as well, just as we're going over that little bit of curb. But yeah, keep it straight as you can. Let the car run out, and then we stick it to the left-hand side as we come back down the hill. So let's have a look in the Delta app at the chicane that we just went through. So you can see here, it's had a slight update since last time. So you've got the track up here and a few other things you can look at the top. Delta, obviously, as usual. So yeah, you can see the throttle trace here, just coming off the throttle quite quickly, and then just a slow increase on the brake trace, up to 75% for the chicane, and then trailing off as we come through. Back on the throttle, and you see we go over the bump slightly, so just have a slight lift on the way up. You also got the steering angle in here, and you guys can use all this data as well to compare to your own lap times. So I can see if you're braking too early, braking too late, if you're not using enough curb, throttle, or if your minimum speed's down as well. You can use this as a reference. So back to the hot lap again, guys. Stick it to the left-hand side as we come back down the hill, and then just let it trail through. You have to brake quite early for this corner, a lot earlier than you'd expect. Generally towards the end of this curve on the inside, you can see here. Just to the end of that, I mean, it looks quite early, but when you get to the corner, it's always a lot sharper than you expect. Just make sure you brake earlier than you think. About 60%, down to second gear. You can take quite a lot of this inside curb initially to the edge of the sausage curbs on the inside, and then flick it straight across this one as well. Again, pretty much all off the circuit here, but as long as we're not too far over this green bit of Astro, then that's absolutely fine. And these white sausage curbs are fine to use over this chicane. And then back on the power, cut that one as much as you can as well, just feathering the throttle so slightly. Up to fourth gear, just short shifting slightly just to minimise the wheel spin. And then back to full throttle, and we come to the next heavy braking zone for the hairpin. In terms of braking for this one, you're looking, again, just before the 100-meter boards up here. So you've got this orange pose you can use as well as a reference. Down to second gear, sorry, first gear for this one. Making sure we're actually turning quite early. So use all of this apex curb. It just allows you to get on the throttle slightly earlier, and you get a better exit that way as well. Let the car trail out to the curb. Slight bit of grass as well on the exit. And then we come through to the final chicane, very high speed in this layout. Braking about 50%, just before this 100-meter board as well. Straight off the brake, let the car roll in, and then back on the throttle, flat out through the final corner, and that completes a lap of the Zolder circuit. So that was the hot lap guide then for week 11 at the Zolder circuit. My name's been Matt Emery with Coach Dave Academy. Obviously check out the website, coachdaveacademy.com, and the Discord down below for all the latest data packs. Any questions as well as coaching can be found there. But yeah, I will see you next week for week 12, guys. Take care.